You're calling me to lay aside the worries of my day, to quiet down my busy mind and find a hiding place worthy. You are worthy. I open up my heart and let my spirit worship yours. I open up my mouth and let a song of praise come forth. Worthy, you are worthy of a childlike faith and of my honest praise, of my unashamed love, of a holy life and of my sacrifice, of my unashamed love. You're calling me to lay aside the worries of my day, to quiet down my busy mind and find a hiding place.
If you're new here, my name is Janine, and my husband and I moved into this 1900 farmhouse back when we were first married. So the past 14 years, we've slowly worked at renovating and restoring this old house to better fit our lifestyle. It's been a long process, but each new step made me love and appreciate the change so much more than if we had moved in a new, completed house. For instance, right now I'm basking in the delight of having closets to put our coats and shoes and cleaning supplies into. It's the small details like this that make life feel luxurious. So last year, we added onto our house to take it from a 2-bedroom, 1-bath to a 4-bedroom, 3-bath house. Our main need with the new build was at least one more bedroom, a downstairs bathroom, and a better laundry room with more closet space. In our last video, we took a tour of the new upstairs, start to finish. Here's a quick recap to tie it all together. Our stairway went from looking like this to this. Changing up the paneling, adding lights, along with the new carpet and paint truly transformed the stairway. Upstairs, we have the new hallway leading back to our second upstairs bathroom. We originally hadn't planned to add 2 bathrooms, but I'm so glad we did, as this is perfect for our overnight guests as well as our children when they get older. Next comes our 3rd bedroom, which is the designated girls' bedroom. Our daughter really wanted a yellow room, so I did my best to incorporate yellow as much as possible without it getting too overbearing in color. And last of all, our favorite room upstairs, the library/guest room. Now technically, this is not considered a bedroom, but we incorporated a Murphy hideaway bed to quickly turn this space into sleeping quarters for visitors. I love this room, and my husband even built a somewhat secret door into the shelves. He's a talented carpenter. And now we come back down the stairs, which puts you straight into the new build downstairs. Before I take you into the new addition, I want to talk about this hallway just a little bit. I don't care for it. It's just too white and bland. And so I'm thinking of either painting this wall a really dark color that doesn't clash with the other colors when you're coming into this room. However, recently, Farmhouse on Boone just gave me a new idea I'm so excited about. They built a new old house, and it's so fascinating. But what she did is she took a bunch of salvaged old wooden doors, and then she had painted trim around the old doors. And I was always of the mindset, well, if you put a wooden door in here, it should also be matching wood trim. And I saw how she did it, and I really liked it. And now I'm thinking, this is old wood door from our original house. If I would take this off, strip it down to wood, and refinish it, it would really break up this wall. And I'm thinking I might want to do that in different parts of the house because I love wooden doors, and they also hide the dirt so much better. So our new addition was added onto the back of the house. Building onto an existing structure can be tricky to get it to look nice, but I'm very happy with how well it was incorporated into the old house. From the front of our house, you'd never know we added on. And the exterior is almost finished, but we still need to do some painting and a few more details. We found a vinyl siding that almost matches the color and style of our existing house, but if you look closely, you can see they don't quite line up. But our builder did super well at tying things together. Our grass is also coming in so nicely, which I am thrilled about. So coming into the main entrance of the new build lands you into this entryway. But before I show you around, let's backtrack a little bit to when we were building it. I was looking at these herringbone pattern brick entryways. People would put it in their laundry room entryway, and I'm like, this is so pretty. Remember earlier when I said how one of my #1 priorities is it has to clean well? Well, that rule kind of went out the window, and I was like, do I want to take the risk on this brick?
We looked at brick floors and thought, future regrets, this might be a mess. Then Beauty walked in and said, but look at this. Just say yes. So logic lost and charm won quick, and now we've got indoor brick.
Look at my finished brick floor. Ta-da! I got this inspiration to make the entryway kind of have this old world feel. Sort of like an outdoor courtyard. And I don't know if I'm crazy, if it's just gonna clash with the rest of the house, but you know what? There's a time for overthinking and there's a time for making a snap decision. And I made that snap decision and built arches. Stay. And seriously, and I'm liking it. I am liking it. You can see this archway behind me, and there's another one that goes into our laundry room. And then on the walls, we did a heavy Santa Fe texture and then painted it with a faux lime wash. And the combination of the wood beam in the entryway, the herringbone brick floor, arches, textured walls, and the lantern light fixture did help create somewhat of the feel I was going for. If you're curious about the faux lime wash look, here I am doing our kitchen wall in the same texture. My plan is to do sort of like a faux lime wash with real paint instead of the actual like clay I think that's in lime wash, because it'll hold up better. I wanted 2 colors that were very close in shade because I don't want a high contrast wall like with the 2 different colors, and I want it to be easy to blend. So what I've seen people do is they take frog tape, tape the center, like create a little ridge, and then have a color on each side. Take your brush and dip it in half and half, and then just start Xing over the wall. You need big brush strokes. This thing is fat and thick, and I'm doing big strokes and trying to blend them, but yet not too much. But I did it in a matte finish is what they claimed. I'll talk more about it later. I really like how it looks. It's soft and subtle, but I am a little bit worried about keeping it clean because matte paint doesn't wash well, so we'll see. Now, I struggled for a while trying to decorate the space. I had a vision in mind and it just wasn't coming together. But eventually I switched things up again and got it much better, but I still may change things up later. I do love how this noodle bench and pottery contrast against the texture of the wall and floor. So far, I'm simply leaving the opposite wall bare besides the hanging plant in the corner. Now on Facebook Marketplace, I had found a wooden arched exterior door, and I so desperately wanted to swap it out with this one partway through the build to match the whole feeling of this room, as well as just adding character to the outside. However, my husband didn't want to change the whole structure and turn it into an arched doorway, and we already had this one bought. Maybe in the future we can at least change this to a wooden door. I think it would add so much more character to this space. But for now, I'm thinking of repainting it because I'm not really a fan of the white. A lot of the doors we just went with white, and I'm thinking of adding different colors simply because with all the dirty handprints, you're always washing them, and I don't care for just white bland doors. I feel like it could give a lot more character to add some color. Also, this square open doorway, we had originally planned to have a rolling barn door so that we can just leave the door hang open this space right here, but I got over barn doors pretty quickly after we were getting into the builds, and we decided to just leave it off and leave it open. Thus, it's a square entry and not an arched way. However, it's still in the back of my mind to get one of those wooden carved doors. I think they're like a Moroccan style. I think that could look really neat to have that as an opening, kind of as a statement piece on this wall. So we might still do a sliding door here, but I would do it with some kind of carved wooden door. Okay, that is the layout of the entryway. Some people genuinely have the time to bake bread from scratch and make everything homemade, and I love that. But life also looks different for everyone, and some people are working outside the home, juggling children in a busy season, or like us lately, living in renovation chaos. So if you still want food that tastes fresh and special without adding one more thing to your day, let me tell you again about Wildgrain, who is sponsoring this video. Wildgrain is a bake from frozen bread, pasta, and pastry subscription box, and while obviously making things from scratch at home saves money, the convenience here is really hard to beat. It seriously feels like a magical little bakery shows up at your house and you just pop the frozen food into the oven, and 25 minutes later or less, there's no thawing, and voila! Fresh baked goodness, and there's no mess to clean up afterwards. I love that the ingredients are simple and things you can actually pronounce, and they also use a slow fermentation process that can be easier on your belly and richer in nutrients and antioxidants. I love everything I've tried so far, but my favorites are the croissants and the sourdough bread. It's a huge upgrade from the breads you buy at the big box stores, and they're always adding seasonal options too, so you can choose variety boxes, gluten-free, vegan, and now they even have protein boxes. Wildgrain has over 40,000 5-star reviews and has been voted USA Today's best food subscription box 3 years in a row. Plus, with every box, they donate 2 meals to a food security nonprofit. If you want to give Wildgrain a try, I'll have the link down in the description, or you can go to wildgrain.com/Mennonite and use the code Mennonite at checkout to receive $30 off your first box, plus free croissants for life. Thanks, Wildgrain, for the delicious food and for sponsoring this video. What do you want to eat?
Donuts. I love donuts.
Now off of this entryway, we have 3 main rooms. The first one is through this archway, and that is our bathroom. Can I just say how incredible it is to, 1, not have to run upstairs every time you have to use the bathroom. 2, potty training went so much better with a bathroom downstairs. And 3, it's just so nice when you have visitors over that they can have a bathroom to easily access without tromping the whole way upstairs through kind of your bedroom space to get to the bathroom. It's just amazing. I'm loving a downstairs bathroom so much. Before I share the bathroom, I want to share a little God moment that happened. You know, he really cares about the details, and when we look for him, we see him working in little ways all throughout our life. So for our downstairs bathroom, we wanted a particular type of shower that's easily accessible for the elderly people, whether it's going to be for us in our older years, or if anything should come up where we have to take care of aging parents, any of our parents, and they need to live with us. We wanted that option to have a nicely accessible shower. And I was specifically looking for one with a built-in seat. Now, I mentioned previously that we like to get factory seconds to save thousands of dollars. They just have small blemishes, and you can save so much money. And there's this particular person that we were going through to get our showers. And lo and behold, months in advance, he had one of these particular showers with a seat. And we thought that the shower head drain system, whatever, was on the correct side. So I messaged him and he put it on hold for me. And then we went to pick it up a few months later. So we had the shower here for a while. The plumber shows up and he says, there's no way that we can plumb up through the old wall. It's too narrow. And I panicked, because the person we had bought it from said that these showers are supposedly getting harder to find. Maybe he just meant seconds. I don't know. The showers with the seats, by the way. I started panicking. I was praying because the plumber needed it the same day. I didn't want to go and have to purchase a new one. Of course, Nolan's at work doing his thing. So I went on back on Facebook Marketplace, and just a few hours earlier, he had posted a shower with a big seat and everything was on the correct side. I could not believe my eyes, because he had said these are hard to come by and they go pretty quickly, I believe. So I messaged him. I'm like, what are the chances you'd let me take the old one back and to get this new one? And he said, sure, just bring it by and we'll just do a swap. It was such a godsend. Within an hour or two, I was on the road. I was taking the old shower back. He just let me swap them. And you know what? On top of it all, I like the new shower so much better. It was much easier to clean. It didn't have the tile design within the shower, which I personally don't like. And it all worked out. And we were still able to get a factory second and save that money. So God was so good. So our designer originally had this as a door, and then this would be the entry to the bathroom, and the closet would be in the bathroom. But I thought it would be much nicer to have the closet outside of the bathroom so it's easily accessible for other things besides just bathroom things. We stopped the texturing at the archway, and then after that comes the bathroom and the closet, and then the bathroom door goes through here. And this is our bathroom. It is really hard to film because it's super small. Like, I can practically touch each wall. Here is the large seat that the Lord has blessed us with. And I really like the looks of this shower so much better. It's much more minimal. And as far as the shower curtain, I just went with a plain white shower curtain, and then I did half of a window drape, which I really, really like. I think it makes it look classier and more polished than some big picture shower curtain, because we have higher ceilings as well. So that really helps make it look longer and more elegant, I believe. And then I ordered this vanity online. It's not super well made, but I loved the style and the color. In respect to the small bathroom, this is a really small vanity, but thankfully this isn't our main washing station for coming in from the outside. And then on this side, we did a board and batten wall to add some more texture and character. I love it. I used a mushroom color from Sherwin Williams. And then also got these plaques with Bible verses above it from Amazon. So yeah, super simple, super small bathroom, but it is so luxurious to have a bathroom downstairs. I cannot express that enough. Anyway, and so then your visual when you're coming out of the bathroom back into the entryway, you can see the archway, and we also textured on this side so it looks like you're entering into that courtyard space. The second room off the entryway is probably my favorite for functionality. Welcome to the mudroom. It's directly across from our side entrance, and then you walk through the entryway into the mudroom, and then on the back end of the mudroom we have another door that goes to the back of the house to the wraparound porch, and so it's easily accessible from both sides of the house. This room is for all our coats and shoes, as well as for washing up and all other farm-related things. We put up shiplap for the coat wall, and then Nolan built a shelf above it. Nice. Ooh. There she is. And one of my relatives works with finishing live edge wood slabs. And so after doing some more hunting on good old Facebook Marketplace, I found these beautiful maple slabs that he finished and made into a bench for us. I absolutely love how the wood bench pops against the white shiplap. So we have this kind of narrow gap between the door and the wall. So there's like a frame. And the way this slab piece came is one section of it we were able to get narrower, and it curves back naturally. So we designed it that that's going to fit right in behind the trim, and then it curves out and becomes a wider bench. It's going to run over to here. So I just love it. All the character and the detail in the wood. So pretty. So pretty.
Live edge. It does look beautiful.
Lord, you gave us room to gather, room to laugh and room to grow. More than walls and beams around us, you're the reason blessings flow. We thank you for this gift before us, every doorway, every space, for every undeserved kindness and every evidence of grace. May this home be filled with joy, with open doors and open hands. Let it bless the ones around us just the way that you had planned. May this place bring hope and comfort, point to you in all we do. Lord, this house is yours forever. We give every room to you.
I wasn't able to find any large mudroom vanities in the style I wanted, so we had this vanity custom made. You guys are gonna think I'm crazy, but I found this sink as well on Facebook Marketplace. Someone had bought it for something and didn't need it anymore. And then I had our local Amish cabinet maker custom build a vanity for this size sink, and I Love this piece. This gets so much use, and I'm so glad we added a sink to this room because we almost didn't. The original plan was just to wash up over in the bathroom. But having such a large sink for all the heavy dirt and wash up, I can't even talk. Wash up is truly a lifesaver, and it also keeps the bathroom much cleaner. So this was perfect to turn this whole thing into a legit mudroom. Also back here, we have a large closet on this side for more coats. On the right side, I keep our good coats and shoes, and then on this side is more space for just the farm, everyday, dirty coats, shoes, whatever. And Nolan did a really, really good job in building it out again and putting in cubby holes for shoes and boots and so on. Can I just say again how much I love having closet space and storage to tuck things away and hide them out of sight. Also, I do have a confession. This mudroom, I was working a while cleaning it up for the video. It doesn't normally look this polished. It very much looks like a farmhouse mudroom with tons of coats and hats. Anyway, so right now it looks very nice and presentable with just a little bit of use. You know, I left some lunch boxes up top and a few dirty shoes on the bottom to make it look like we're actually using it very neatly. But it is typically lots of mud and dirt and calf bottles and milk replacer and all the things. So this is a legit working mudroom. You're seeing the nice version for, you know, because we portray a certain thing online. Ha ha ha. Now, in all reality, I wanted you to see the beauty of this live edge bench because I think it just pops. And when there's so many coats and stuff hanging, you don't see it as well. All right, this section right here isn't completed yet. Originally, this was going to be the only spot for a boot bench. It's like a little inset, but we changed our minds again, and we're going to make this into a hidden gun case. So right now, we just have the bottom part, which this boot bench top is the same maple wood that we had over here, so that matches. And then we're planning to build a hidden door that is shiplap as well, matches the side with another cabinet on top. And then we'll have one of the hooks turn and you open it, and then we'll have all the guns back in there. And the guns are for hunting. They're rifles, in case you're wondering. We live in the country. That'll be super nice, tucked away. And again, it'll be in this space where all the action and dirt happens. It'll be really perfect to add in there. I'm really excited to get that finished. Now, the third and final room off of this entryway is my laundry room. I love this room. I keep saying how much I love every room, but honestly, this was my laundry room before, and this is my laundry room now, so I feel just on top of the world. I went full farmhouse mode in this room. So this room is larger for a few different reasons. We sized the new build by the needed space upstairs to add 2 more bedrooms, so then we filled in the downstairs accordingly, and the extra space went to the laundry. And eventually I might add in the sewing space as well. I plan to have the outdoor patio space as our main hosting area for backyard barbecues, and so the extra cabinet space here is perfect for grill items and hosting items. Now, these 2 floating shelves were also made by our cabinet maker, and there was a little bit of miscommunication, I believe, because I wanted this apron piece to be white to match the shiplap, and he made it wood. I feel it would just look a lot better if this looked floating and the apron part matched in, but it's okay. It's one of those little mistakes. The apron part is there to hide all the wires that go up from the washer and dryer. And I styled the shelves very much farmhouse, and I love it, despite the fact that this trend has definitely up and left in popularity. Speaking of closets, we have more closet space in the laundry room. And this one is always stuck. We need to fix it. I'm telling you, you can tell I went overboard with closets because I didn't have closets in the old house, and this is so nice.
We may have gone a little overboard on closets and on plants, it's true, but one hides all the clutter away and one brings peaceful views. One helps tame the chaos behind a neatly hidden door, and one brings calm to my eyes, so naturally I bought more.
So this cabinet right here is actually just a laundry chute. Love it. This goes from our upstairs bathroom down.
Are you ready?
Yeah. All right, and then in the back corner of the laundry room, this door goes to the outside, and then around the corner here are the steps going down to the basement. So we plan to put one of those wash lines on a wheel right outside this door. Now, when we poured the sidewalk for the step that goes up into the house, we actually made that into a larger step that's more like a platform. That way I can just walk out with my wash basket. And it's also elevated higher. That way we can have the wash line higher because it needs to be high to start clearing things when we send it out. And then lastly, there are steps here going down to an unfinished basement. However, we have it as the indestructible children's play area and storage space. We threw down our carpet remnants on the floor so it's not so cold on feet. And then we found a sofa set on Marketplace that was perfect for children to roughhouse on. I wasn't expecting this, but this house has created such a fun space for children. Children come over and all the halls, the rooms, etc. have created a runway where they chase each other all around and have Nerf battles, etc. And we adults can be over in the living area and actually have conversations where we're not drowned out by the noise of children around us like it was before oftentimes. Now, remember how I had been struggling with the whole living in a renovation process? It's just dirty, 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 and so dirty. Dirty! I've said dirty 100 times now. I cannot begin to describe the feeling of overwhelming gratitude after the mess was done and I had a whole crew come in and help me clean. I feel so overwhelmed with happiness and joy. I feel like I could cry. I just can't believe I'm here. My house is clean, and I'm telling you, clean on a level of deep clean that it hasn't seen in so long. We have been living in dirt and grime for months and weeks, and it is clean. I just cannot believe it. I just cannot believe it, how incredible this feels. So thank you so much if any of you are watching this. Thank you. I am just, it's just what I needed. Quick story, there was a coffee cup setting up here. Nolan put his coat on and winged his arm and it hit the coffee cup. Coffee went up to the ceiling, on the wall, and all over our white carpet. Anyway, so we're gonna see if Tom can work his magic and get this big stain out.
How deep the Father's love for us, how vast beyond all measure.
And now today, Tom is here to do the carpet. I'm doing the new carpet as well to kind of get all that new, hopefully get that new smell out. Anyway, and then all the old carpet that was really, has all that drywall dust in and just all the trekking back and forth from the construction crew, especially through our bedroom because they came through here to go to the attic. We are trying to get every speck of drywall dust out of this house as much as possible. And what I really love about him is they don't use a bunch of high-powered chemicals. Look at that! That's awesome! It's gonna make me look good, isn't it? Yeah, it is gonna make you look good. Wow, he got it out! That's incredible! It looks brand new. Look at that. On top of that, the absolute delight in being able to bring our washer down and get things set up down here, even though the cabinets and things weren't in, and start doing laundry in the laundry room. It just felt like life had turned into a luxury. I cannot begin to tell you how insanely grateful I am for the modern luxuries of life. Like, my washer and dryer are in my house. Both of them at the same time next to each other. One's not up in the bedroom dumping into the tub, and the other's not out in the shop drying clothes. Anyway, this is the first week that I have my washer and dryer back in my house, and it just feels amazing. I can sort my wash here. I can throw it in the washer. As soon as it's done, I'll put it over in the dryer instead of hauling it down the steps outside, dragging it out to the shop, drying it out there, bringing it back in. That was all amazing. I was so thankful we had that so I didn't have to go to the laundromat for 6 months or however long it's been. But makes you so thankful for the things we take so for granted. And I know it's a modern luxury, but it's one I'm so grateful for. So we are ever so grateful for how functional our home has become over the last 14 years, and I still walk around like starry-eyed, just can hardly believe this is reality. For one, we do hope the Lord blesses us with more children and our family grows. Secondly, we host a lot of overnight guests, and so having the extra space, the extra bathrooms, makes it so much easier and so much more fun for everyone involved. Thirdly, the back desk room feels kind of like an extra unnecessary room, but we did still want it. But a big reason not to have renovated into that room as well, to maybe make this part smaller, was so that we could keep that as a downstairs bedroom for future use, whether it's us when we're older, that way we can be on the main floor down with the main bathroom, or whether it's if we end up having to keep our parents at some point in time when they're older. And lastly, the extra bedrooms and space will be perfect if our children ever get married and have children of their own and they come home and stay with us, and we can have much larger parties and host a lot of people here. So we're hoping that this will be our forever home, and we will grow into it, and it'll give us a lot of joy and use over the years. And I'm so grateful and so thankful, and we're so blessed. Also, if you're interested in paint colors, I will try to have everything down in the description and which rooms are what. And also different items maybe that you can purchase online, just in case, you know, something struck your fancy or you're finding inspiration for your own space.
So we had a cow that orphaned its calf, and now we're bottle feeding it. That's what I'm doing right now. Actually, can I do the bottle pool?
Okay, what do you want to do?
Sometimes I like doing is I like pulling the bottle out of the calf's mouth and it chases me.
Okay.
Ready?
Yep.
I surrender! Ah!
Oh dear, it thinks I am milk. Come, hurry!
He thinks you're
Here, look. It thinks, it's like, why isn't there milk in these fingers? Here. Ew! I just stepped in cat poop.
Holy.
And if you want to see the tour of the original house, you can click here. Or if you want to see the tour of the new upstairs, you can click here somewhere. Thanks a lot for coming along, and God bless.